Hello everyone, it's Mr. Chips everyone! And welcome to World of Horror. I'm sorry if that startled you, but I mean, listen, Catchphrases is a great show. The first time I watched it, I thought it was awful. The second time I watched it, I'm like, hey, this is pretty good. Okay, you know what? Wait, this needs to stop. This is pointless every time. And then we have the introduction screen, like it means anything to us anymore. We're hardened World of Horror animals at this point, alright? We don't need to see it. I've been playing this game for like 350 hours. I would if I went on a quiz show and the quiz show question was, what's the line? Or like, what's the introductory sequence of the hit indie game by Polish developer Panstash, I would not be able to answer that question. I legitimately would not. I would not be able to answer the question of what on earth the opening sequence is. Like, I have a couple of lines floating in my head, like, it's up to you, or something like that. But no, if somebody asked me to recite, like if somebody put a gun to my head and is like, recite a like an opening sequence from a video game, and if you get like a line wrong, I'll shoot you in the head and you'll die, because people die when they're shot, I would probably put myself on the spot and say the Skyrim carriage sequence. But now that I say that to myself, I'm like, here's the thing, I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. I would get shot and killed if somebody did that. And they'd be rude, just for the record. They would be rude. Like, if I was put on the spot for anything, and somebody had a gun to my head, I would instantly die. Because here's the thing, I'm absolutely awful on the spot. Like, if you put me on the spot for anything, I'm gonna choke. Right? Like, the words clutch or kick, I have never seen the clutch aspect of that. Right? Like, I've always been on the kick aspect of it, except in depth. Depth is different. But depth is also a, like, it was like a 220 hour, I was gonna say 300, but like 220 hour trial and error nightmare. So anyway, second mystery, second enemy. Unfortunately, Mr. Chips is not appearing in the lighthouse today. But you know, just say what you see. And listen, the more I look at this screen, I'm just thinking to myself, I'm alt-tabbing to make sure that I'm actually recording, and that the fans are actually on quiet. But listen, you look at this, and you see all these deadbolts and stuff. First of all, just use a screwdriver. Like, the screws are exposed. Like, I'm assuming that's what these are. These are either bolts or screws. And they're exposed to the outside. So that means that you could just, like, get a screwdriver or, like, a bolt extractor or something and just get all of these off instantly. And then the locking mechanisms would fall apart. Secondarily, these locks look absolutely god-awful. Like, look at this keyway right here. I don't know anything about locks, but I think this keyway is bad. And so, like, just get, like, a rake, like a lock-picking rake or whatever, and just, like, shoogle it open. You know, and God forbid if any of these things are master locks, and you just have to look at them the wrong way and then they'll fall off. Right? In some cases, like, I mean, that's the thing. I really want to do, like, when I'm back and I have, like, you know, my sort of, I mean, it's not that I couldn't do it now, it's just that I don't really want to try editing anything without headphones. But I really want, like, to do, like, a lock-picking lawyer parody, where it's just, like, he has something to show you today. He's got 5 locks, and he wants to show you how to get in them. And it's just, like, they just start dropping. Like, you don't even need the key. Right, like, the keys used to be items, and they used to have art. And I want to see if I can find the art of that, and then try to figure out how many pins the locks would have. Because then that would make it a much more authentic experience. By the way, I did that in the wrong order, but guess what? There was no item there anyways. So call it just dumb luck. But that would be so... The TV, for just, like, purposes, if you have the Moriko card pack, it should always just, like, the first time you click, it should show Moriko. And you should also, another thing, you should be able to change the channel without having to... You should be able to change the channel without having to leave the screen because of the boxes or whatever, but... I mean, I'm just like, oh boy. Like, yeah, the keys, I don't know if you remember. There was a time where the keys were items that took up inventory slots, and you would put them in your storage, and then you'd have to go... You could only hold the one time Koichi was useful. You'd have to, like, put some of the keys in your inventory, right? Your suitcase. Then you'd have to go to the lighthouse. Then you'd have to use the keys, right? You'd have to use the keys on this screen. Then you'd have to go back. You'd have to go back to your home. And then you have to go back to your storage. You'd open it, grab the other keys, and then go back to the lighthouse. But there was a problem with it, and the reason why Panstash, or at least the reason why I assumed it was changed, is that this suitcase right here is lying to you, right? Like, after you get to, like, this slot right here, so, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So after, like, the 8th item in here, and you could actually do that because you have 5 items guaranteed every run because of the keys. After, like, the 8th item, everything that you place in the suitcase gets disappeared and deleted forever, right? And you see these arrows here, and, like, the little copy-paste button or whatever, these buttons do nothing. So you would put, like, if you had items in here and you started stacking the keys up, you would actually lock yourself out of winning because the keys would disappear forever. And so that's why this little thing was added up here, and that every, like, mystery that you do, you're given a key. So that's a little fun history lesson. I don't know what episode it is, but there is an episode where where one of our keys was deleted. And we were just sitting in front of the lighthouse after beating every mystery. We were just sitting there like, oh man, what the hell? This is one of, like, it was when, like, winning on True Believer was a big deal, right? Like, when winning on True Believer was the fun thing, right? So I'm just thinking to myself, like, oh man, that's a long time ago. Please stop giving me... This is the second one in a row where we get Panic and Branded in the first, like... So you've chosen death, basically. That's what we've chosen today. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, we should just go with a full, like, curse trifecta and just get, like... You know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. Full 3 curses at the start of the game. 2 of the worst. Give me the compass. Give me the compass. You won't. Give me the compass. You won't. I'm too powerful. And now watch us get get a free mask just for fun from the model monster, because it's so ridiculously rare for us to actually fight it that I don't remember what it's called. It's not the aspiring model, I can tell you that much, because the aspiring model is a woman who loses her face quite frequently. And by loses her face, I do not mean she loses her social face that she puts out towards other people. I mean she literally loses her face. And she wants to take yours. And so after taking a cold bath, we find the burnt notes, which is not how I think that works, but at the same time, I don't know how anything works in this game, so it's fine. Pray at the temple, please. Because we're gonna eat, like, minus reason right there. So 9-8, but when you consider that we're really at 9-5, that's not very nice. So, I mean, here's the thing. Like, we've gotten out of the Kana mystery. Hold on, I need to read the local newspaper, Kana. I hope you don't mind. Let's see. Ethereum is down. Screw you guys. I'm getting out of here. But yeah. Anyways, there's a new cryptocurrency, isn't there? There's Shiba Inu coin, and apparently they're trying to make it as sort of like a you buy into Sheeb coin. It sounds like that. Like, I don't know how, but that sounds like a got 'em moment, right? Like, you say Sheeb, and somebody's like, ha, got 'em. But, you know, apparently Sheeb is, like, supposed to be some sort of job thing, where it's like, you trade Sheeb for goods and services. Which I suppose that's just what money is, really. But it's supposed to be special, right? Also, hold on, enemies, hello? No enemies? No enemies indeed. Okay, so we haven't fought any enemies. And after the spiel about, like, key history, it is the second enemy, and it is the second mystery. So we have to remember this next thing. And we haven't fought anybody yet. So, like, the game is too scared, right? Like, Ithutsu is too scared to send somebody to fight us. Because he knows that I'm too strong. And no, we're not going to fight the bulletin board. I refuse. And by I am not going to take on the physical manifestation of Twitter.com. Are you crazy? Although Twitter is kind of like a bulletin board, sort of. Not really, but it's an internet board that has large amounts of information accessible to, hey, I was right, sculptures. We got a free mask, a free kendo helmet, actually. To be precise, not a ritual mask, nothing like that, but, it's just, what was I talking about? Giant lips kissing the air? No, I don't think I said that. But, Gigolo deserves the benefit of the doubt. If that sounds oddly familiar to anyone watching this at home, we've been watching a lot of TV recently because the internet's been down. And one of the shows that we've watched is called Jesse Stone. And now I watch it for the sole purpose of, Jesse, we have to cook. But he's like this, tough detective guy. I think I've talked about him before. Like, everybody wants to be him. I think Columbo's, much better. Columbo's way better. But, it's like, hold on, we can prep this, and then we can prep that. So we can just do 16 damage. Guaranteed. Amazing. But yeah, it's like, I like Columbo. I think that, okay, so first of all, I want a TV detective, cinematic universe, alright? I want both of the Barnabys, I want Columbo, I want Vera, I want Jesse Stone, because they're all such different characters, right? And I want them to, Columbo goes to Midsummer. Oh no. I would, I want that, right? I want, a detective cinematic universe. That'd be amazing. But, Jesse Stone is a lot more, brooding, dramatic camera shots, and, brooding, dramatic camera shots, action, guns, alcoholism. And I mean, it has its charms. For sure. But it's just it's all the other detective shows I've watched are very subtle, and maybe there's some violence. Well, there is violence, but it's not really World of Horror has worse violence. But then in Jesse Stone, it's just two people driving down the road and then their car explodes. And then their, mummified, charred corpses are shown later. And it's freaking, what is it? Oh, what is it? Deadly Aunt? Deadly Aunt can't have a woman slapping another woman on camera, but Jesse Stone can have two people's flesh melting off into a fiery inferno. It doesn't check out. But now we have a broken bone, and we're not quite so happy with that. So let's go to the hospital, and let's get that broken bone fixed. And by broken bone fixed, I mean the frostbite fixed. And then we'll sell the painkillers that the doctor so kindly, quote, gave us, unquote, so that we can get that fixed. Now, blood loss is a permanent debuff, but it doesn't really matter at all. I don't really care about that. But what we do care about is, oh yeah, have we fought an enemy yet? We have, yeah. Right? Gigolo, yeah, we kicked Gigolo's ass. So whoever's next after Gigolo, that's important. And then Bulletin Board, which is what we're doing right now. So, okay, so trying to ignore the feeling is a knowledge check, and then turning around is just doom. Which, that's fine. But yeah, so anyways, I was watching a Jesse Stone episode where a cop is murdered, and it's called Benefit of the Doubt. And it's actually, like... I mean, it was okay, right? Like, I think that out of the detective shows, like, Midsommar and Columbo are tied. Like, I've only watched a few Columbos. I think I've watched, like, 5 or 6 Columbos, and I've probably watched about maybe, like, 20 Midsommars at this point. And that's been back and forth. Like, it's been New Summer and Old Summer, all right? And I've got to be honest with you, when I first, like, I think the New Summer episodes are a little bit more hit and miss, right? Like, I think I got off on the wrong foot with Old Summer. But with the New Summer, there are some really good episodes, and then there are some episodes that are kind of like, I don't really care, right? Like, the medicine drone, the drone delivery medicine company episode, I didn't care at all. Most of the Old Summer episodes, though, I've been pretty interested in. But I think that it's more of, like, the New Summer episodes, the quality is, like, it's an episode that I either don't care about or it's an episode that I really like. Or for the Old Summer episodes, like John Nettles versus... John Nettles is the old one. Who's the new one? I'm terrible with names, but for the Old Summer, I think they're just consistently good. There's been a couple of Old Summer episodes that I didn't really care about, but I've watched more of the Old Summer episodes than I have of the New Summer episodes. And for those of you who have, Jesse, what the F are you talking about? Basically, there are 2 versions of Midsummer Murders. There's the original Midsummer Murders with John Nettles as Tom Barnaby, and then, I wish I could alt-tab to look this up, but I literally can't. Because I'm not going to use my precious data, my precious 1 gigabyte of data, to figure out Midsummer Murders trivia. But it's like, John Nettles is like the Old Summer Barnaby for like seasons. Well, they call it series, but when I say series, it means season. So like series 1 to series 13? 12? I'm not entirely sure. And then the new Barnaby, who I think is John Barnaby, who is different characters. They're completely different characters. But you have the new Barnaby, and the new Barnaby is like series 14 to present, which I think is series 22. So 22 seasons of each episode is 2 hours long. So that's a lot of Midsummer. That's a lot of Midsummer Murders, and we've been jumping all over the place. And it was so confusing at first because it was like watching a different show, but the character was still named Barnaby. But no, it's a good show. I really do like Midsummer Murders. It's very enjoyable. I'll say that. Which, considering that I haven't watched TV in like so long, right? Like minus the news. I haven't watched TV since like 2016, 2015. Considering the news, I think a lot of people, and I am sheep, a lot of people watch the news around like 2018, 2016-ish. But I was never like really tuned into it, if that makes sense. I will take a Ryoko for one fund. That's like probably one of the best things. Like out of every available like ally cost in Fear Festival, I would probably say that funds are probably the best one, because it's not really like, if you go to 0 funds you don't die, but if you go to 0 stamina or 0 reason you die. And then Doom is probably the worst one, if I had to just hazard a guess. So, Tataru, are you feeling lucky, Punk? Yes, he is. He's feeling extraordinarily lucky. Could we have maybe played that better? Yeah, I don't think it'll matter. 2% Doom. We will take the stamina here. And by that, I mean we'll just roll a 5 and just get it perfectly. No problems here. So we have 8 strength, so we should be doing at least 4 damage. I think 9 strength is 5 damage, but I could be wrong. But with Fast Swimmer, we should be able to brace for impact pretty easily, right? Okay, yeah, no. Okay, so we take 2% Doom, and then we kill next turn. So we're pretty happy with that. And is there anything we'd like to do, actually? I actually would like to get some reason back, if that's okay. Because we have discipline, so we can just go ahead and take care of that. So Spiral Hoodie is, I mean, listen, I've said this like probably a million times. The Spiral Hoodie's great. And so it's strength in the knowledge and charisma, right? Right? I'm like 90% sure. This might be a misplay. I don't know. I'd have to check. I just know it's the seconds, which would be, ah, crap. Who would it be? Oh, no. Would it be Tataru? Because I don't remember fighting anybody else. Okay, so there was a charisma check, so thank God for that. Second mystery was bulletin board. All right, we're just gonna remember that. I have no hope. I'm hopeless for remembering second enemies. I always have been. So, you know, Spiral Hoodie, we're pretty happy about that. We could definitely fight the Mermaid Man. Like, we're strong. Now, unfortunately, we can't eat Oteru. We're no eating gods today, boys. No eating. God is not on the menu. Please let me put this away. I would really appreciate it. So I've been recording a lot recently, so I need to double check. We had Stalker in the last episode. Okay. So that's pretty disgusting, to be honest with you. The amount of damage that we can put out is truly absurd. But I mean, that's just your average Ico run, to be honest with you. I thought we were breaking the game for a second there, but we're at 0.40. So we can just guarantee the 9 damage there, and we're pretty happy about that. So use the Occult Diary, and yeah, we're good to go. It says that reading dangerous books is like your, it can raise the threat level. But I haven't really noticed that at all. Like, I was trying to pay attention there to see if reading the Occult Diary would make the school's threat level go up. But it didn't, question mark, so... Anyways, we can just, we can just kill pretty easily, I imagine. Because that's like... no, actually, we're doing 23. We're one off. We're one off lethal, unfortunately. I mean, we could do something a little bit risky and just like absolutely just go for it. 2 90s and an 80, but we don't really want to fail, if that makes sense. So, I mean, we could still go for it, but we'll be one off. So we might as well just do that. That's fine. I can't complain about that at all. Yeah, no, we're just kind of vibing, you know? We're just kind of hanging out, having a good time. Now the question is, when do you want to do the Spiral Hoodie versus the Compass? And to be honest with you, we don't really need... Right, like, we don't really need the Spiral Hoodie right now, because our combat is still so disgustingly powerful. Like, look at this. Unfortunately, we can't break the game and go over 200, but... I mean, it's just like, you look at that, and you're guaranteeing 18 damage per turn. Like, that's just a disgusting level of damage output that you don't normally have. Now, I am a little bit concerned about this. Do we have fetid fumes? No, we don't. So, we're gonna rest, like, yeah, we have Occam. No, we don't. We have mermaids, that's true. But we'll still go ahead and do that, and we'll just go to the monument a couple times once we get out of here. That sounds about right. But yeah, we can touch the stone. No problems there. If we had the monument now, I probably would have gone for it, but hopefully we can get lucky. We can burn a few books, put off a few baths. Nothing wrong with that. So this is like the one enemy that we can't fight, because you literally can't. So I guess we'll just peace out. Which, listen, 5% Doom's a bummer, but, I mean, you could throw your whole life down the rabbit hole that is getting a katana. And I'm gonna look at this, and I'm gonna be honest with you, is the katana that much better? Like, I'm gonna be 100%, it is, because it has a much better percent chance to hit, but, well, actually, does it? Hold on, the Monkey Wrench is 60, the katana should be, yeah, the katana has a 10% chance. up on the monkey wrench, but I'm not actually entirely sure. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not entirely sure on that one. We're not gonna get the knowledge check, like, let's just be real here, but should we go for level 6? Like, we're kind of missing out on the opportunity to, you know, I asked to burn a book. I asked for it, and the game gave it to me, so I really appreciate it, but... Oh, absolutely. Are you feeling lucky? I'll give you a chance, but nah, you didn't. I wish that we did take the knowledge there, though, because we're just, like, we don't need the dexterity, that's just the fun thing, but you never know that you're gonna see, like, Billy Mays down the hall, and he's gonna give you, like, a medallion of +1 knowledge, so... Let's go ahead and get this up, and potentially that, if we, like, the occult store, if we want to buy, like, the forbidden idol or something. But, I don't know, man, I'm a little bit, like, it's kind of sketchy, isn't it? Because if we can level up again, like, easily. And so if we get folklore studies, we're there, which is really cool. But, you know, I really just want to experience 12 dexterity katana, and it also makes our stat checks for strength a lot better as well. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Now this is a knowledge check, this is a charisma check. We're just gonna do nothing, because we're a little bit scared about our, one fund is perfectly fine. Do you want another fund? You do? We'll sell the compass, because we're not gonna go back to the forest anytime soon. And we're just gonna kind of vibe. 73% Doom, it's gonna rocket up there, make no mistake. But, we're doing fine, so... We should be good. We should be perfectly fine. -1, who cares? The morbid school. I hope in the future there are more events that, like, take place in weird locations, because weird locations are cool. We'll definitely take stamina there. That's perfectly fine. Yeah, I think we go ahead and let the police handle it for sure. Now 78% Doom. I'm not entirely convinced because we are branded and I don't remember our second thing. So let's go back and I will give you 3 stamina. And if we go back and you want reason or money, you can have it, brother. It's yours, my friend. No, I can't do 4 stamina. I'm afraid I'm out. I've beat game 1 of the cube. I'm gonna take my 1,000 pounds and run, which that's something that, oh, that's beautiful. Which, here's the thing. You might be thinking, hey, wait a minute, you got +2, so why'd you get +3? Discipline. Your discipline and hard work pays off. You love to see it. So, like, let me ask. I've asked once, I'll ask again. Are you feeling lucky, punk? This is where the anime music starts blaring. Oh my god. Oh my god. That's disgusting. The legendary 11 strength, 12 dexterity, 5 perception, 8 knowledge, 8 charisma, level 6 Ico. Good lord. That's, and thank you. Like, listen, it wasn't necessary, but thank you, Bath, for sticking to the end of the run. I appreciate it always. And, you know, we got a click out of 1, a click out of 2, a click out of 3, and a click out of 4, and we got this bad boy open. And we just go for it. We just, listen, man, 77% Doom. We have over 8 in all the stats that matter for the lighthouse. We have 8 or over for all the stats that matter to the lighthouse. Oh, wait, it was Tataru? No way, it was Tataru? Oh my god, it was. We fought like virtually nobody in the first couple of mysteries. Because it was like Gigolo and Bulletin, and then Tataru and Fear Festival. And Bulletin was our second mystery. That's crazy. That's wild. And here's the thing, if we kept the compass on, we could have gotten to level 7, which is hilarious. But completely unnecessary. This run was, I mean, Jesus Christ. That was a disgusting amount of violence that Ico is capable of committing. So thank you all so much for watching. My name is Webweaver. 82% Doom Ethutu. Branded at the beginning of the game. I mean, we got pretty lucky. I'll be honest with you, we were very lucky through a lot of that. So yeah, I mean, I can't really complain. We were lucky. Yeah, we were lucky. I can't complain about that. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Webweaver. Have a good one. Stay safe out there. Bye.